My name is James, and I work with GoShare. I'm a contractor with them, and I'm out of Los Angeles, California, and go down to San Diego and run that area also, and do a little bit of work of both, and everywhere in between, actually. Long Beach, the greater Los Angeles, Anaheim area, all over Southern California.
It looks like you're a good photographer. Is that like one of your hobbies?
Yeah, it is one of my hobbies. I just have a knack for getting cool shots. So once I got the van, I was like, oh, it's so cool. I'm taking pictures left and right with it.
That's cool. Any other hobbies? Like what else you do other than photography outside of
Obviously
GoShare?
driving, or I wouldn't be like all over the place with this. I grew up go-karts in cars. I had an automotive shop for a while. I ended up going ahead and stopping my rent there and buying the cargo van and getting away from that. But I still do auto repair on the side, and some of my family is in drag racing, so be at the track a lot and go check them out and see what they're doing. And I've got behind the wheel of a couple of their race cars before, and that's fun stuff. So that's a big hobby, is cars.
That's awesome. Well, I think we have a hobby in common then. If you could see my background.
I see the GoShare race car up there.
We love racing, and one of our first angel investors owns a racing team, and so we were the sponsor of his racing team, and then we ended up getting into the NASCAR Truck Series for a year, and it was a lot of fun. Why do you think customers choose GoShare? What do you think that customers like about it?
It's just so much easier than renting a truck or whatever. You don't have to worry about returning the truck, let's say, putting gas in it, all that. The price is all included in what we do, and they don't have to do anything but go on an app and just set it up, put the information in, get a quote, and go forward with it. And then they don't have to do anything. They can help if they want. If they don't want to unload and load anything, they don't have to. They can request another person to be there to help. It's through GoShare also. So they love it. They're just like, it's just the simplest thing, and it's efficient for them.
What would you tell someone who is thinking about driving with GoShare?
Well, first off, you really you gotta love to run around. You gotta love to drive. If you don't like being on the road, it's probably not for you. That's the starting place. Now, you also you gotta say it. The second biggest thing, and maybe it's the first biggest thing, really, is you gotta be a people person. That's what I feel. You gotta be a people person to make it work, because you are gonna deal with, or I don't want to say deal with. You're just gonna have your clientele, the people that are paying you, are the ones that different types of people that you come in contact with, and you just gotta want to be friendly. And as far as the team with GoShare behind the scenes on the phones and in the office, great customer support, and I couldn't do what I do without that.
Yeah, those are great points. I think you're right. Generally being a people person in this type of environment is really helpful, because you are going to interact with and deal with a lot of people. You're going to deal with customers directly. You're going to deal with our customer support team occasionally, and you're going to deal with other delivery professionals, other helpers, for those larger jobs to move those big and bulky items. And so you do have to be comfortable dealing with and working with other people. You have to want to be a team player, so to speak, even though sometimes you are just really working for yourself. So you've done, it looks like, a couple hundred projects. You've got a perfect 5-star rating, so congrats on that. That's really impressive. What advice do you have for other delivery professionals who are maybe newer and want to be highly rated and provide a great service?
The money comes from getting keeping a good rating. Ask a few questions first. Is there anything I need to know? Is there anything that needs to be protected more than it does when we're moving? Anything just anything that you can find out from the customer first. You start with the customer, not the product we're moving for them, not the item. Start with the customer. That's what keeps a good rating, I believe.
What do you think sets GoShare apart from the competition?
You've got a great team. They're looking at both sides. I find it, like we talked about before, with balancing the customer experience with the driver experience. Some of these apps, I think, and some, not from my experience, but what I've been talked to by other people have told me, other drivers, that they don't necessarily look at both sides as well. Like they don't represent the driver as well as GoShare seems to. Everything is always being updated as far as different pricing or what we're being paid. It's always being looked at, which is great. It's not like, oh, it's one set price that you're going to get paid as a driver, and then 10 years from now it's going to be the same thing. It's always being monitored for the times, changing with the times.
Great point. Pricing is dynamic. You know, it does fluctuate, and it varies in different locations too, and at different times of the year, and different economic circumstances. Well, James, it was really great meeting you. Thank you so much for the feedback.
It's been an honor talking with you and meeting you, Shaun, and thank you so much for taking the time to get my input. And that's one of the things why GoShare is so good, to get their drivers' input, and that's awesome.
Yeah, it's super important for us. You guys are the backbone of the company, and so yeah, happy to get your feedback and hear more, from the front lines about what's happening. So thank you.